Masih bersama kami di Presisi Siang. Ancaman resesi kembali menghantui Wall Street dan pelaku usaha AS setelah data ketenaga kerjaan menunjukkan perlambatan drastis penciptaan lapangan kerja. Bisakah Bank Sentral AS atau Federal Reserve mencegahnya? Berikut laporan Nova Purwadi dari VOA.
Laporan terbaru dari Departemen Tenaga Kerja Amerika Serikat mengejutkan analis dan pelaku pasar. Segera setelah data ini diterbitkan, harga saham di Wall Street terjun bebas.
What we're seeing, though, is that red-hot job market that had sustained this economy for so long is really dramatically cooling off. The pace of hiring has slowed down.
Selama Juli hanya tercipta 114.000 lapangan kerja baru, jauh di bawah ekspektasi analis, sementara angka Juni juga direvisi lebih rendah. Semakin kuat desakan bagi Bank Sentral AS atau Federal Reserve untuk menurunkan suku bunga acuan pada pertemuan selanjutnya.
There's about 100% certainty on the part of Wall Street that the Fed will hand us our first interest rate cut since the pandemic started at their September meeting.
Dalam pertemuan terakhirnya akhir Juli, the Fed mempertahankan suku bunga acuan sambil mengisyaratkan siap menurunkan suku bunga mulai September. Bila data inflasi terus menunjukkan laju inflasi semakin mendekati targetnya sebesar 2%. Angka pengangguran di Amerika Serikat meningkat ke 4,3%. Ini adalah angka tertinggi sejak akhir 2021. Dan ini menguatkan kekhawatiran di antara analis pelaku pasar dan pelaku usaha bahwa yang akan terjadi bukannya soft landing alias pendaratan empuk seperti diinginkan the Fed, melainkan ancaman resesi. Banyak investor dan analis mengacu pada The Sum Rule, mengacu pada kajian ekonomi Claudia Sum yang memprediksi adanya resesi bila angka pengangguran meningkat secara drastis seperti yang baru terjadi.
Yeah, the Sum Rule is just, look, every time there's been a 0.5% increase in the unemployment rate, which is kind of surprising because it doesn't sound like that much, it's been associated with every prior recession. So that's concerning. The reason why we're not mega concerned is because there's been all sorts of distortion in jobs data the last few years. First, you had the pandemic. Now you've had massive immigration. And so it's something that I think is an important data point, and we look at it. But I think it needs to be coupled really with what else is happening in the economy.
Sejauh mana the Fed bisa menghindari resesi masih diperdebatkan analis dan pelaku pasar.
Claudia Sum herself, the former Fed economist, said today, look, it doesn't mean we're in a recession just because our kind of 3-month moving average unemployment rates ticked up more than 0.5%. It just means that things were definitely going in the wrong direction. And I would agree with her. Coupled with ISM report missing yesterday, manufacturing kind of future orders were significantly down. Jobless claims also jumped yesterday.
Perlambatan penciptaan lapangan kerja juga menguatkan desakan agar the Fed memangkas suku bunga acuan sebesar 50 basis poin pada September, tak lagi hanya 25 basis poin seperti proyeksi semula. Dari Washington DC, Nova Purwadi dan tim VOA.
Walaupun menyajikan makanan Indonesia populer seperti rendang, namun pemilik kafe Indonesia di San Diego, California adalah kakak beradik keturunan Filipina. Keluarga mereka pernah tinggal di Indonesia dan bahkan membuka kafe Indonesia pertama di Manila. Berikut laporannya dari tim VOA.
National City 1887. Ini memang kota tua ya yang ada di California. Tepatnya sekitar 20 menit dari kota San Diego. Sekarang saya ada di Market on 8 di 8th Street. Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Ayo, sekarang kita ada yang menarik nih. Cafe Indonesia. Nah, langsung serasa lagi mudik, kayak lagi pulang kampung. Indonesian PC ada rendang baka, rendang daging, beef rendang, ya rendang daging, beef rendang ya. Terus Jakarta, Manila lah. Terus kenapa ada Manilanya? Ini dia nih, ini menarik banget untuk diceritakan sama yang tadi sempat ketemu di sebelah sana, ya Robert alias Bobby.
My mom is Filipino, Chinese, Indo-Dutch. Okay. So born in Jakarta, till she was 10, they moved to the Philippines around 1956. And then my opa started the first Indonesian restaurant in the Philippines, which is this Cafe Indonesia here. Oh. So yeah, this was the first Indonesian restaurant in all of Manila. Yeah, so satay, that's our one of our best sellers. We have our satay ayam. This is Daniela, our chef over here. Our nasi goreng is a nasi goreng merah. We don't do the regular kind of, the more popular kind of nasi goreng with the ketchup manis and the egg. It's a very simple nasi goreng merah with tomato paste and garlic.
Dan Bobby juga nggak sendiri karena Bobby juga menjalankan restoran ini bersama adiknya, Brian, and it is Brian.
Hello.
Hi Brian. What is the most favorite food here?
Definitely of course the rendang combo.
Rendang. Rendang combo.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
getting a lot of our sambal's really popular.
Guess which part of your decoration is my favorite? This one.
The posters. Yes, anak ng vulkan.
I just came from visiting the Indo family in the Netherlands, and so I was very into the Indo food there, and so this is the first time having it since I came back, so I'm excited.
Okay, so what did you order? Okay, sate.
Cendol.
And cendol. Oh, I love cendol. Nasi rendang, pakai nasi putih, balado telur, dan acar, nasi goreng merah. Saatnya mencoba, yang berarti saat juga kita pamit. Irfan Ihsan, Ronan Zakaria, dari National City. Bye-bye.
Polsek Kuara Selatan, Polres Palopo menggelar acara penanaman bibit buah dan sayuran di area Polsek setempat. Acara yang mendapatkan dukungan penuh dari Bayangkari Polres Palopo ini, informasinya akan hadir setelah jeda berikut ini.